guys, welcome back to the channel. Mr. Feed the Fish here. So today we will be rescaping this Flowerhorn tank. I'm gonna remove the substrate as best as I can, and I got some white sand. I'm gonna try to get all this stuff out, put the white sand in, and hopefully it'll bring out some better color in the Flowerhorns. I'm just kind of sick of the black sand in there. Flowerhorns aren't showing the best of color in there. So stick with me, watch the process, like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, man. I appreciate all the love. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. It's gonna be a little bit longer video, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Maybe learn some education. Alright, so I'm gonna start with, I turned the filter off, and then next I'm gonna go ahead and unplug the heater, and then we'll start gravel vac. Well, I'm gonna take this ornament out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heater off, and then we'll start gravel vacuuming it and get some of this sand out. I gotta go get a bucket or something so I can get this sand in there. Get my handy dandy vacuum out. And make sure the mic is on so you guys can hear what I'm saying. I'm just kind of tired of the black sand look in this tank. I really just want these guys to color up and just get that pop that I know they got, or that I know that they will have in the future. Like I said, I just got these guys. Well, I've had them for a little while, but we all know the potential of flower horns. So let's start gravel vacuuming this joker, and hopefully hopefully this change will look good. Look at this flower horn. They just want to attack me, just like the giant Daniels. They're real curious. I thought about doing bare bottom on this tank, but I'm not sure if that's gonna benefit the fish very well. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put some different substrate in there for these guys. Hopefully it turns out the way I hope it does. And they'll get a good water change while I'm at it. So these guys want to attack me. I might have to go ahead and grab something to just go ahead and get the gravel out without taking out too much water. I mean, I got plenty of buckets, but I'm just not sure how much water it's going to take for me to get the gravel out. I really don't want to do more than 50%. So we'll see. Good thing I'm in the basement, man, because I always spill a lot of water. But down here, I don't really have to worry about that. So it's just the basement. Nothing special. What else is there to do with the basement if it's not a finished basement? Then you turn it into an aquarium. I might put a different background on here too. I haven't decided that yet, but I don't have to get every piece of that sand out of there, but I do want to get most of it out. And I'm not going to put in like a real thick layer of this other sand that I got. Late night, guys, late night. I'm always up messing with the fish. Flower horns are attacking. Really haven't took a bite from them yet, but I don't want to either. I don't want to get bit by these guys. They can be vicious. Of course, we've seen what they've done to each other, or what they can do to each other. But we want to change that and get these guys to be like community fish, man. Just be beautiful and live natural life like other fish instead of being so mean and nasty. maybe it's not going to take as much water out of the tank as I thought it was. But I do got a pretty big, nice size siphon here. So it's doing its job. Oh man, this bucket is getting heavy. Whew. I'm gonna go ahead and switch buckets because it's got to be like 50 pounds of sand in there by itself. I got a drain down here, so I'm going back and forth, taking the buckets over to the drain and just putting the water in there. And the problem is, it's like every time I siphon, it seems like the fish are attracted to the current, which is kind of crazy. I don't want to suck these guys up. I just want to get the sand. That little Corey cat, he ain't the biggest. He could definitely get siphoned in through the hose. But, I mean, these guys are pretty powerful swimmers, so should be alright. This little Flowerhorn. Get her little butt out the way. Come on, guys. Get on out the way. Let me take care of this. Give you guys a better look. Of course, after I get done putting the sand in, of course the tank will be pretty cloudy. So I'll have to come back and give you guys a better look on that once everything settles in. I mean, that's good enough. It's a little bit of sand in there, but we'll just go ahead and put this other sand in. So I gotta go find it. So I'll be back here in a second. I might mix some of this sand in there. I don't have a lot of this white sand, but I don't really want a thick sand bed in there anyway. So this is the sand here, some premium aquarium gravel by Top Fin. Let's go ahead and dump this in there. I could rinse it, but that would only make things worse, rinsing it. But this will just give it like a nice little thin layer. Nothing special. Just trying to get a different look, really. I had this stuff in a different aquarium. It actually settles pretty good. And I was growing good plants in it too, actually. Like, this stuff is actually pretty decent for growing plants, man. So if anybody was wondering what it was, it's made by Top Fin Premium. Well, you see they got the tiger barbs on there, so usually tiger barbs are, usually in planted aquariums. And actually, let's see what it's looking like on camera. It's not looking too bad, actually. It's looking pretty good. It's settled in real nice. Maybe because I took that water level down. Man, it's looking awesome. I'm not sure if you guys can even tell from camera, but the flower horns are actually, they already lightened up, man. They were like pitch black, even though they still had their little nice pattern going with the speckles and stuff. But that's what it's looking like with the light on it, man. It's looking amazing. It's looking better than I even pictured. Actually, I'm I'm already pretty happy with it. Of course, I know I'm gonna have to gravel vac it probably more than ever just because it's white, and use that light there bare minimum just because the algae is gonna really be growing. But the corridor should be able to keep the algae at bay on the sand, because all they do is just sift the sand all day anyway. So hopefully they'll take care of that. I'm hoping. I'm hoping they do. Man, this thing is looking good already. I don't even know if I should put that ornament back in there. Maybe I can go back here to the back room and find some rocks or something. I can just go ahead and put in there. I got a bunch of, man, I got a big bucket of rocks, and I really got nothing to do with them. So I just want to give it a different look. I mean, of course, that ornament being in there gives the smaller flower horns a place to hide. It gives it a little dimension for them to be able to escape the bigger guys in there who are starting to get a little more aggressive. But I got so much fish tank stuff, man. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, let me rephrase that, because you can never have enough fish tank anything. You can never have too many tanks. You can never have too much gravel or just extra anything. So let's go ahead and try that. Put a little scape in here. I did just re-scape the 125, and I put some African cichlids in there. But that'll be in another video. I'll show you guys what I did with that. I don't really have a bunch of big rocks, because I use all the big stuff for that African cichlid tank. Those guys they can be pretty feisty. Just depends on the day, I guess, or whatever mood they in. They get moody. Let me see. So I got this 10-gallon tank down here. Got a little bit of escape in there. I don't know how that's gonna work. How that's gonna look in this tank. I guess I don't really need nothing too big. Maybe just something just to have in there. Give it some kind of nice dimension. Oh, I got this stuff in here in this 40 breeder. I got a female in here holding. Hopefully she, man, I'm waiting for her to drop so I can go ahead and move her over to this 125 with her buddies. With her boy, she's got her boyfriend is in there, and then that other female I got, she's in there. This rock here is a little bit darker too. So y'all gonna have to excuse the lighting for a little bit, just so I can get some of this scape in there and then start escaping it. Just try to give them a couple of hiding spots, even though they don't really hide like that anyway. A couple splotches of that black sandblasting sand in there, but I'm pretty sure the fish will stir that up, take care of that. So no big deal if they don't. I just wanted to get rid of that black sand look in that tank. And then once I get this female pulled out of this other 40 breeder that I got, I'm gonna go ahead and escape that tank too. I'm gonna escape that totally different and I'm gonna go ahead and plant that aquarium out. So I just want to get this stuff in there. It doesn't have to look the greatest right now. I just want to at least put something in there just to give the fish something. I don't want them to be able to just chase each other to death in here. That was why I had that ornament in there, but I'm kind of tired of that ornament too, to be honest. Well, in this tank anyway. I really don't want it in here. It's kind of big and bulky. I think it needs to be in a bigger tank. That sand bed is not deep at all. So I might have to get some more, but I really don't want a big sand bed in here anyway. So let's sit that in there. And let's just put a few more things in here. Give it a nice little look. A little pebble. With some good algae already on it. This rock is just shaped real weird. It's just got a weird shape to it. Let's see. Got some bigger stuff at the bottom, but the rocks are white, so I'm not really sure if I want to put too many white rocks on that white sand. Go back here and where I got all the supplies at and see if I can pull out a couple more rocks that are a little bit darker. I don't really want that white. I don't want to really put a lot of rock in there either, though, just because it takes away from the swimming room. And those giant Daniels, they need swimming room. Those guys love to swim. They love it. They wouldn't have it no other way. Flowerhorn's looking amazing already. Actually, pretty I didn't know they was gonna color up that fast. It's pretty amazing how the different color substrate instantly made them change color. Even though we already know the potential they got, I just didn't expect it to happen that fast. I figured it would happen, after I turned the lights out and woke up tomorrow, that they would be colored up and ready to show off for you guys. Like I said, it don't have to be nothing special. I'm not trying to really make it special. I just want to have somewhere for them to swim and be able to dart in and out of so they can get away from each other whenever things get a little bit too hectic. If they get hectic. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully everybody is trying to coexist with each other, because that's what I plan on having going on in this tank. I want these guys to be able to love each other and live together. That's really what it's all about, man. It's making the fish happy and giving them something like a natural environment, I guess. That's what you want to call it. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I got one more nice size rock that I can put in there. I got some saltwater rocks, but I don't really want to put those in there. I'm going to be setting up a saltwater tank too. Anybody that's interested in that. I'm not sure if you guys really get into the saltwater or not, but I'm a big saltwater guy. I'm big on the saltwater. It's not as hard as everybody make it out to be. It's a lot simpler than people think it is. Unless you want to do like unless you want to get more into like the coral and stuff, then that kind of stuff is a little bit more pricier, and it takes a little more to actually get it going. Well, not to get it going, but to maintain it. Let's just put it like that. So to maintain saltwater, it is a lot different than a freshwater aquarium. But if you buy everything you need, then it won't be hard at all. So, and these rocks are just not giving me what I want. Yeah, I'll give you guys a later update on that, man. I'm gonna be turning this 20-gallon freshwater aquarium that I got into a saltwater tank. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that video too. I got plenty of content for you guys. I just got to find the time to get around to doing it. This little rock. And like I said, I don't want it to be tall. It doesn't have to be that tall. I just wanted to I just want the fish to have somewhere to hide, pretty much. So let's see. I don't know. That's looking okay. It ain't the best looking, but it's for the fish anyway. It's not always about the look. Sometimes it's just doing what's best for these creatures that we love the most. These flower horns really want to attack. Look at them. I'm not food though. I will feed you guys though. You know that. It's always gonna be food for y'all because that's what I do. I love to feed you guys. But I want to make this tank a little bit better for you guys too. So it's not the best looking, but I mean that's good. I'm not really gonna worry about. I'm not gonna really worry about it. I got a couple pebbles. I'm gonna throw some pebbles in there just to give it a little extra texture on top of that white sand, so it's just not plain white, but we definitely brightened it up some. And that was my goal, was to get it brighter. I just want to get it brighter. So let's drop a couple of these pebbles in there, give it some texture. Oh, hopefully the Cory cats get out the way. I'm dropping bombs. I dropped a few bombs in there on the Corys. They'll make it. Let's just give it a little texture, man. See how it work out. If it don't work out, we can always rescape it. I just like trying new stuff, different stuff, just to see what looks best, man. You know, some people might love the scape, and then some people be like, "Oh, it's ugly." So let's put this light back on there. It's looking all right to me. Like I said, I want to give them more of a natural habitat anyway. So just something to brighten it up for those flower horns, man. They be looking too dark. Even though they got the color, I still I want them to show their full potential as far as color. So it's looking all right. It's looking all right. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up. I'm gonna start filling it, and then we'll come back. All right, guys. So we back. Tank is almost full. Uh, I just wanted to come back before the tank got full. Let you guys know, man. it's real important to try to keep the temperature similar to what the temperature of the tank is, just so you don't lose any fish. And I use Prime to dechlorinate all my tanks. So, I mean, one capful does 50 gallons, but no matter how much water I change, I kind of overdo it. So, we only changed maybe about 50% of the water, but I'm going to still put a whole capful in just for the safety of the fish because I don't want to lose any. Kind of overdo it. So, that was about a cap and a half. But yeah, man, just try to keep the temperature of the water that you topping your tanks off. Try to keep that temperature real close to the temperature that's already in the tank. I usually run my tanks about 78 to 82 degrees. Anywhere in between there is usually where I run my tanks at. This tank here is it's right at like 80 degrees. So I was running it with no heater, but I have to run a heater in my tanks for some reason. But my now that rummy nose tetra tank that I showed you guys in the last video, I didn't actually I don't run a heater in that tank just for the simple fact it's about 75 to 76 degrees down here in the basement. I got some heaters running on the ceiling just to try to keep the temperature at least 70, anywhere from 72 to 76 degrees. So, I mean, it is a pretty big space, but I run a heater in most of my main tanks. And then these clamps here, man, these clamps, they come in handy, man. They are like, man, that's the best, one of the best investments I ever made when it came to topping my tanks off and just refilling my tanks after water changes. Like on the 125s, if I do 50% on there, I don't want to stand there and have to hold a hose in there for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? I can be off taking care of some other stuff, feeding some fish, or you know, trying to make the next decision that I'm gonna make down here. Having so many tanks and having a busy life is kind of, you know, I do what I can when I can. So, but we got this tank here is pretty much full. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this water off and let this thing clear up a little bit so you guys can get a better look at it. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this glass off too while I'm at it because it could definitely use a cleaning. I kind of that light is just so strong. I mean, it doesn't take long for it to it doesn't take long for the algae to start building up on it. I've been running that tank for quite a while actually, but it still gets algae. It just comes with the hobby. I mean, you know, you want to see your fish, so you got to have lights, and lights create algae. And I don't have any plants in there either. So if I had plants in there, then that would be a different story. Because the discus tank, I mean that tank, I never get algae in it. I never have to clean the glass on it. It's pretty much its own filter. It cleans itself. I might do a water change in there every now and again. I mean, I've only done one water change on it in the last 6 months. So for the most part, it's just pretty pristine, and it's just running off that sump. But having a sump has its ups and downs and its benefits. You know, me personally, I'd rather run a sump than run a hang on the back. But having so many tanks, it's kind of hard to run a sump on every tank. But I do run a sump on that tank just because the discus are so finicky, and I don't want to lose them. But once they get bigger, the bigger they get, the harder they get too. So if you've never done discus, or if you ever heard bad things about discus, it's usually people who get small discus. And when I say small, I mean two to two to I would say maybe 2 to 4 inches, or 2 to 3 inches would be small, just because they're still considered babies. So they are right about the smaller discus. They are kind of harder to take care of, and they're not as reliable as the bigger discus. Now I want to get some I want to get some wild caught discus to add with those discus. I was thinking about putting them in a 125, but I kind of don't want to move them just because they're doing so well in that aquarium. But this aquarium is full. It's filled up. Water's clearing up. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this filter back in. I'm gonna leave the heater unplugged for at least 20 minutes, just to let that temperature get stable. Since I'm running a glass heater, I don't want to break the heater. So let's turn this filter back on, get it back pumping. The only reason, I don't need to run air in there, but the only reason I am running air is because I got these giant Daniels in there, and these giant Daniels, man, they swim so much. They need all the oxygen you can give them, pretty much. They are like swimmers. They never sit still. Even when the lights are off and it's dark down here, I come down here with my phone and look in the tanks, just because I like to check on the fish, even when the lights are off. And man, let me tell you, these giant Daniels, they never sit still. So, and that's another reason why I put them in here with the Flowerhorns, was just to mix it up and try to get the Flowerhorns something else to kind of focus on, and not be able to just focus on each other. So the tank is looking good. It actually cleared up a lot quicker than I even expected for it to clear up. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I can't complain for right now. We'll give it a couple weeks and see how the sand does, see what it's looking like. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that the corridors and the giant Daniels will keep the sand stirred up pretty good, just because they're always swimming, they're always moving. I'm still gonna overfeed it like I've been doing, just because that's what I do. I overfeed every tank. It doesn't matter how many fish are in there or what's going on with the tank. I'm still gonna make sure that the fish have plenty of food, even when I'm not there. Some people don't feed a lot of food. They want the food to be gone within like the first minute or two. Me personally, I'm not really worried about it being gone that fast, even though it usually is gone that fast. But yeah, man, I just wanted to show you guys what I was gonna do different. I didn't want to come back with another video and then you guys say, "Hey, man, what happened to the Flowerhorn tank?" Or "Oh, the Flowerhorn tank looks different." So I wanted to give you guys the insight on that, and let you guys join me with you know rescaping the tank and just putting some new gravel in, putting some new rock structure in. I ended up throwing in two uh, these two little just some fake plants just to give it a little bit more color. And as you can see, well, I'm not sure if you can, but we'll get a little bit closer on the tank. But the flower horns are actually looking pretty good. Well, in the words of Boss Aquatics, man, absolutely phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? They are looking absolutely phenomenal right now as far as color. They have colored up. They have went from that real deep black to a brighter color. So hopefully these guys will show their true potential here within the next upcoming months. They should be starting to show those reds and blues in them. I mean, they got some blue on them now, but they should be starting to get a lot more color. Some of these bigger guys. It's about three. I got like 3 of them in there that are a nice size. I would say 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches. Well, probably 2. Maybe 2 inches. I know this guy right here is he's like 2 inches, and so is this guy. So, but everybody's swimming. Everybody's doing good. I'm not worried about any casualties. I put the prime in. I know the prime is going to do its job because it always does. That's my go-to. I've been using it for quite some time now. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, man. I just wanted to show you guys what I do down here. Maybe not on a daily basis, but once, late night, once I get my kids put down to sleep and, get everything else situated, everybody's settled down, I come down here, I mess with the fish, and, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's feed these guys while we on tape, while we video, and I'm gonna feed them some bug bites. But like I said, these guys, they'll take anything I give them. I don't have any of the J4 Flowerhorn food prepped for them, but just in case you guys didn't see the last video or catch that video on Boss Aquatics channel, if you haven't check that video out, man. Go check that first video out. I did a tour of my fish room, so if you want to see that, go over to the Boss Aquatics channel and check that out. But J4 premium Flowerhorn food, man, this stuff it really works. I mean, my fish, they were real small when I got them, and now they just starting to explode. So let's see if we can get these guys to take some food. I'm pretty sure we will because they love to eat. So let's get these guys back eating, back comfortable in their new setting. So just like I thought they would take food, I already know these guys, man, they love to eat. They love to eat, so alright guys, so that about wraps it up for this video. Just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, give it that thumbs up, and remember, always feed the fish. Holla. For the game, rescape.